and anything goes Friday. Andrea in Dallas, Texas. Hey, Andrea, what's on your mind?
Hi, Tom. I just wanted to say, I saw all that stuff that was happening, but I want to tell you two stories that happened to me. This one just happened yesterday, and then another one.
Okay.
Yesterday I was driving home, me, my husband, and my niece, and there was a car. I was driving next to this guy in the truck, and he was swerving as if he was texting or something. Mm-hmm. So I sped up so I could pull in front of him to keep from getting hit. As we were driving and we turned a corner, he sped up, cut me off. I tried to get into another lane. He cut me off again. And then when we pulled up alongside of him, he put his finger like he was pointing a gun at me for just trying not to be hit by him because he's texting and driving.
Wow.
Okay, and this is a white guy.
Yeah.
Okay, then another day I was coming home, and I was pulled over, and I'm like, what am I being pulled over for? So when the police officer pulls me over, he says, the first thing he asked me, he says, do you have any warrants? I said, no, sir, I don't. And I said, why am I being pulled over? He said, well, the two cars behind you were going 52 miles an hour. And I'm like, well, I didn't say anything to him because I'm like, well, why am I being pulled over? If they were going 52 miles an hour, you should have pulled one of them over.
Right.
Because I wasn't speeding.
Right.
But I didn't get a ticket, though. But I felt like I could have been a Sandra Bland in that situation, right? Because I didn't even do anything.
Yeah.
And this is the reality that we live every day. People want to talk about terror. We live like this every day. I didn't do anything to that man yesterday, but he felt it was okay for him to make a gun gesture with his hand.
Right.
That was okay. And then I have two grown sons who, just like these other mothers are saying, or parents are trying to say, what do we tell our children? When they comply, they get executed. When they don't comply, they get executed. When they do, what do we do? What do we say? I'm just perplexed. I don't justify anybody getting hurt like they did or murdered like they did in Dallas last night. That's not the answer to the problem that we're having. But what do we do? How do we help our children understand the plight that they're in this society? What do we tell them?
If you're asking the question rhetorically, I don't have a rhetorical answer. If you're asking specifically, the first thing I can think of is that we need to educate white people in this country. This is a white person problem, Andrea, respectfully, in my opinion and in my experience, and I've been a white guy on this planet for 65 years. I have some sense of how white people think, and I've lived all over this country, from the West Coast to the East Coast, from north to south, and the vast majority of white people have had little to no contact with black people in their lives. They have no understanding of what white privilege is. They have no understanding of the black experience in this country. And as a consequence of that, it's really easy for them to fall into these smarmy little friendly, easy, self-reassuring, you're the victim stories that Bill O'Reilly tells on Fox News, as, oh, that black person got the college seat that you should have got. They're easy prey to demagogues like Donald Trump. They're easy prey to people who use race, yelling "you lie" at the president of the United States. This kind of god-awful behavior. And you get white people going, oh, yeah. And it's like, it's the white people in this country who need to wake the hell up and get educated about what it's like to be black in this country. And we've tried this a few times. I mean, we tried this with busing, and we tried, by way of just like, hey, let's have contact with each other. Let's share schools and things like that. And we keep resegregating. And then you've got, the entire Republican Party committed to this, gerrymandering program. There's a new book out called Rat Effed, only it's spelled out. I'm not going to say that here. But it's all about racial gerrymandering and how 20, 30 years ago, the Republican Party, and they executed this, they pulled the trigger on this thing in 2010. They decided, we are going to make the face of the Democratic Party black, so that the whites in America will self-identify with the Republicans. And one of the ways that we're going to do that is we're going to redraw the congressional districts so that the black districts are safe districts for Democrats, and they will elect black Democrats. Used to be a lot of the Southern Democrats were white. And so the outcome of all this, and I'm not saying that, you know, Southern Democrats should be white or black. That's not my point. My point is that structurally what's been happening to the advantage of the bigots is the resegregation essentially of America. And we've got to figure out a way to get past that, through that, around that. And I don't have an easy answer, Andrea, other than, go ahead.
Yeah, because my big thing is I'm tired of them telling us to get over it.
Yeah.
How can we get over anything when we were actually not the ones who started it?
That's right.
You know, we didn't do this to ourselves. Yeah. This has been, like you're saying, you get over it. You're hung up on my color for whatever reasons that you think is necessary, and then you tell me you fear me, but we're fearful of you every day.
Yep.
I'm not understanding how the tables got flipped. I don't buy into the argument that these police officers fear for their lives. I don't. Because if we have a right to open carry and concealed carry just like you do, then why does it cost me my life? Or these men are just costing them their lives because they can do the same thing you can do.
Yep.
You're listening to the Thom Hartmann Program. Call 202-808-9925.
Andrea, an absolutely brilliant observation. I'm sorry we're hitting the break here, but thank you so much for calling. Great to hear from you. Thanks for listening to SiriusXM. We'll be back.
To watch more clips from our programs, hit the Watch More Videos button over here. And please be sure to hit the handy-dandy subscribe button so you'll always be up to date. Tag, you're it.